Your class has unlocked the Collage Center, so I'm going to give you a few tips today about how you might use our collage materials to do some experimenting in your sketchbook. My first tip is when you are cutting a shape out of a piece of paper, cut your shape from the side of the paper. We don't want to cut a shape right out of the middle and then throw the rest of the paper away. So if we just use the sides of the paper to cut out shapes, we'll be able to fit a lot more shapes and use up a lot more of the paper. You could do geometric shapes, you could do free form or organic shapes. Another trick I have to show you is that instead of cutting out a shape, you can tear a shape, and this will give you sort of an unexpected, interesting shape that maybe you wouldn't be able to get with just cutting. If you have pieces that you don't want to keep that are small, go ahead and throw them in the blue trash can at your table. Another interesting thing you can do when you're doing collage is you can mix it with other media, and you could actually draw on a shape after you cut it out to add a little more detail. It helps if you do the drawing before you glue it, because once you get glue underneath it, if you try and press down, it might tear your paper or make the glue look kind of weird. So I would suggest drawing on the shape first and then gluing it second. When you're gluing your shape down, you're going to want to put that shape onto the newspaper before you add glue, because you don't want to get glue all over your table. That's going to make a big mess that you'll have to clean up later. So use the newspaper at your table, flip your shape to the back side, and you're going to put glue all over that shape. You want to make sure you go all the way to the edges. I'm going to show you why. When you're gluing down the shape, you want that shape to be completely flat on the paper. If it is popping up, you're going to call that a flippy flappy, and that is going to get caught and maybe tear off. So what we want to do is we want to make sure that that flippy flappy that's popping off gets glued down all the way. So you can just kind of hold it with your finger, give it a little bit of extra glue, and then make sure your whole shape is completely flat on the paper. Another thing that you can do is you can layer shapes. You can put one shape on top of another. They could be right on top, they could be kind of off a little bit. It's up to you. So make sure you're using your newspaper. We don't want to get glue all over the table. So use that newspaper at your table, get that glue all the way to the edge at the beginning. So I have filled the whole shape with glue. That way I won't have any flippy flappies that I have to fix later on.